What if I told you that the life you dream of isn't a stroke of luck but a set of habits you can grow? Welcome. You are about to step into a new paradigm. The very first breakthrough is this. You are not a product of your conditions, you are a product of your decisions. Between every stimulus and your response, there is a space, a sacred gap. In that space lies your power to choose. That is habit 1, be proactive. Chapter 1. The foundation of freedom. Be proactive. Reactive people let the weather, the mood of their boss, or the traffic define their day. Proactive people carry their own climate. They know they can't control what happens, but they can always control their response. Listen to your language. I have to, and there's nothing I can do are the prison of reactivity. Swap them for, I choose to, and let's look at our options. This simple shift rewires your brain and reclaims your agency. Now focus your energy on what Stephen Covey calls your circle of influence. The things you can actually do something about. Stop obsessing over the circle of concern that you cannot touch. When you act on what you can change, that circle expands. You become a force, not a victim. You become a creator. And it starts with a single promise you make to yourself and keep. You are the programmer. Write the code of your life today. This is where your effectiveness is born. Chapter 2. Vision with purpose. Begin with the end in mind. Close your eyes for a moment. Travel to the end of your life. Picture the people you love most gathering to honor you. What words do you want them to speak? This isn't a morbid exercise, it's the ultimate clarity drill. Everything is created twice, first as a mental blueprint, then as a physical reality. Most people climb the ladder of success furiously, only to find it leaning against the wrong wall. You will not be one of them. This is habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Your life is your masterpiece. Are you designing it intentionally? Or are you letting the expectations of others and the noise of the world sketch it for you? Effective leaders see the destination long before they take the first step. You are the leader of your own life. Take out a pen and write a personal mission statement, a constitution based on your deepest values. Let it become the compass that guides every decision. Whether you are at work, with your family, or alone in quiet moments, think of it as your own headline. When distractions and urgent demands scream for attention, your mission will be the steady voice that says, "No, this is who I am, and this is where I'm heading." Visualize your future vividly. Feel the pride of becoming the parent, the partner, the professional you envision. That picture pulls you forward. Don't let the script of your life be written by accident. Define your legacy and then spend every day living into that magnificent vision. Chapter 3. The Execution Blueprint. Put first things first. Vision without execution is just a daydream. Habit 3 is the physical creation, the hard work of making it real. It's called put first things first. Willpower alone is a myth. You need a system. Most people are addicted to the urgency of the ringing phone and the overflowing inbox. But truly effective people don't prioritize what's on their schedule. They schedule their priorities. Imagine a jar. If you fill it first with sand and tiny pebbles, the trivial busy work, there is no room for the big rocks. The big rocks are your most important goals. Building relationships, planning, self-renewal, deep work. This is quadrant 2 living, focusing on what is important but not necessarily urgent. It takes immense courage to say no to the trivial many, so you can say a thunderous yes to the vital few. Become a servant to your mission, not a slave to your impulses. Each morning, look at your compass and ask, what is the one thing I can do today that will move me closer to my true vision? Then do that first. Learn to delegate where you can and let go of control. You are not a machine to process emergencies. You are a human being meant for contribution. Discipline yourself to act on your values and you will build a life of deep, lasting satisfaction. Chapter 4. The Abundance Game. Think win-win. Let go of the idea that for one person to win, another must lose. That is a scarcity mindset, and it breeds comparison and conflict. Habit 4 invites you into a grander arena. Think win-win. This is an attitude that seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. It requires an abundance mentality, the deep belief that there is plenty of success, credit, and joy to go around. Win-win is not being nice, it's a balancing act of courage and consideration. If you have courage without consideration, you become a bulldozer, seeking win-lose. If you have consideration without courage, you fall into lose-win, becoming a doormat. The sweet spot is the mature character that fights for its own interests while deeply valuing the interests of others. In every negotiation or disagreement, refuse the false choice between your way and my way. Search for a third alternative that is better than either of us could have imagined alone. To do this, invest heavily in emotional bank accounts. Deposit kindness, honesty, and loyalty into your relationships. When trust is high, people believe you have their back, and finding win-win solutions becomes second nature. This habit will transform your adversaries into partners. Remember, your flame doesn't grow dimmer by lighting another candle. Together, we shine brighter. Chapter 5. The Deepest Connection. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. How often do you truly listen? Most of us listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. We filter everything through our own autobiography. Habit 5 is a profound paradigm shift. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This is the master key to influence and deep human connection. Empathic listening is not mimicking words. It's listening with your ears, your eyes, and your heart. It's diving into the other person's frame of reference. When you do this, you give them psychological air. A person's deepest hunger is to be understood, validated, and affirmed. Until that need is met, your advice, no matter how brilliant, will be resisted. Diagnose before you prescribe. If you don't have confidence in the diagnosis, your prescription is worthless. When you open your ears and close your mouth, you learn what is really going on. You diffuse anger and build trust at lightning speed. Only after someone feels genuinely heard can you invite them to hear your perspective. And when you then speak, using their language of logic and emotion, your words land with impact. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Master this, and you will see walls crumble and relationships soar to heights you never dreamed possible. Chapter 6. The Miracle of Teamwork. Synergize. Here is where the magic happens. Habit 6 is synergize. The beautiful truth that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's the creative energy that comes from valuing differences. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It equals 3 or 50 or 1,000. Synergy is not your way or my way. It's a higher, better way that we discover together. This requires deep humility. You must acknowledge that your lens on the world is not complete. Someone who disagrees with you is not an obstacle. They are a window into a reality you haven't seen. When you combine your logical mind with another's creative heart, you unlock third alternatives that nobody brought to the table. It's not mere compromise where everyone loses something. It's transformation where everyone gains something new. To nurture synergy, celebrate diversity. In a team meeting, listen for the nugget of truth in the most opposing viewpoint. Ask questions like, "Help me see what you see." Then let the brainstorm flow without judgment. In that safe, open space, the collective intelligence ignites. You will solve problems that seemed impossible and innovate in ways that stun the skeptics. Synergy is the highest activity of a truly effective life. It makes the journey a shared, exhilarating adventure. Chapter 7. The Renewal Principle. Sharpen the Saw. Imagine you come across a woodcutter sawing furiously at a tree. The saw is so blunt it barely makes a dent. "Why don't you sharpen your saw?" you ask. "I don't have time," he pants. "I'm too busy sawing." Don't be that woodcutter. Habit 7 is sharpen the saw, the discipline of continuous self-renewal that makes all the other habits possible. You are your greatest asset. If you burn out, all your effectiveness crumbles. Sharpening the saw means investing in yourself across 4 essential dimensions: physical, exercise, nutrition, and rest. It's about honoring the body that carries your dreams. Mental, reading, writing, exploring new ideas. Don't let your learning end at graduation. Social, emotional, making deep connections, seeking to understand and serving others. And spiritual, connecting to your core values through meditation, prayer, or walking in nature. This is the center that gives you peace and meaning. This is not a luxury for a free weekend. It's a daily, weekly discipline of a champion. When you renew yourself in all 4 areas, you expand your capacity. You don't just manage your time better. You discover that you have more energy, sharper focus, deeper patience, and vaster creativity. So take a step back, breathe, and invest in your own sacred renewal. You are the instrument. Keep your strings perfectly tuned and your life's music will be extraordinary. That's your complete summary of the 7 habits of highly effective people. If this added value to your life, hit subscribe and join Bestseller Summaries right now. Tap the bell so you never miss another powerful book breakdown. Knowledge is potential. Action is power. Now go take action, and I'll see you in the next summary.